Since the beginning of time, way before your Spotify playlists and your TikTok remixes, humans have been making sounds. Some beautiful, some make you question whether we should have evolved thumbs at all. Today we're diving face first into the bizarre, the brain-melting, the what the hell is that world of the weirdest instruments ever invented. Grab your ears, you're gonna need them. Starting off the video, we have the glass harmonica, also known as the glass armonica, or glass harmonium, or bowl organ, or hydrocrystallophone, or simply the armonica or harmonica. Not to be confused what we think is a harmonica, which we'll get into that in a moment. The glass harmonica is a type of musical instrument that uses a series of glass bowls or goblets graduated in size to produce musical tones by means of friction. It was invented in 1761 by the boy, the one, the only, Bojangles Franklin, baby. Benjamin Franklin. The name glass harmonica refers today to any instrument played by rubbing glass or crystal goblets or bowls. The alternative instrument, consisting of a set of wine glasses, usually tuned with water, is generally known in English as musical glasses or the glass harp. When Benjamin Franklin invented this mechanical version of the instrument in 1761, he called it the armonica, based on the Italian word armonia, which means harmony. The unrelated free reed wind instrument aeolina, today called the harmonica, was not invented until 1821, 6 years later. And there's a crazy ass word in Italian called hydrodactylopsychic is also recorded, composed of Greek roots to mean something like harmonica, to produce music for the soul by fingers dipped in water. The Oxford Companion to Music mentions that this word is the longest section of the Greek language ever attached to any musical instrument. Because its sounding portion is made of glass, the glass harmonica is a type of crystallophone. The phenomenon of rubbing a wet finger around the rim of a wine goblet to produce tone is documented back to Renaissance times. The Irish musician Richard Pokerich is typically credited as the first to play an instrument composed of glass vessels by rubbing his fingers around the rims. Beginning in the 1740s, he performed in London on a set of upright goblets filled with varying amounts of water. His career was cut short by a fire in his room, which killed him and destroyed his apparatus. Edward de Laval, a friend of Benjamin Franklin and a fellow of the Royalty Society, extended the experiments of Pokerich, contriving a set of glasses better tuned and easier to play. During the same decade, Christoph Willibald Gluck also attracted attention playing a similar instrument in England. In April 1760, the poet Thomas Gray wrote to James Brown of a performance by de Villal that no instrument I know has so celestial a tone and was like a cherubim in a box. Here's a video of this dude absolutely shredding this glass harmonica. Next up, we have the Pikasso Guitar. Many custom instruments are visually striking, designed to enhance or support an artist's stage show or persona. Other one-off models are meant to make an impact through their sonic offering. Built by luthier Linda Manzer and used by jazz great Pat Metheny for almost 40 years, this 42-string acoustic masterpiece does both. Manzer, who was born in Toronto, is a fearlessly creative luthier who has worked with everyone from Carlos Santana and Paul Simon to Bruce Cockburn and Gordon Lightfoot. Metheny is no slouch either. He has won 20 Grammys and holds the rare distinction of wins in 10 different categories. The pair have collaborated on many acoustic instruments over the years, but none are as unique and innovative as Pikasso. The project began in 1984 with Metheny issuing Manzer a simple mission: design and build a guitar with as many strings as possible. The result? A 42-string hybrid acoustic instrument with 4 necks and 2 sound holes. The Pikasso presented many challenges for Manzer, most notably string routing. With so many crisscrossing strings, the luthier had to anticipate and account for the playability of the instrument's 4 sections. To aid in the comfortability of the instrument, Manzer created a new twist on guitar design too. View it from the side and you'll see that the Pikasso is actually wedge-shaped, thinner on the top and thicker on the bottom, where the guitar rests on the knee. Sloping the instrument like this allowed Matheny to better see the array of strings that run across its soundboard at unconventional angles. Pikasso was the first guitar to employ the Manzer wedge, which has since become a standard feature on almost all the luthier's guitars. Also incorporated to the design is a system of pickups that allow for an expanded tonal palette. Each bridge is equipped with a piezo pickup designed and installed by Mark Herbert in his shop in Boston, Massachusetts. The 6-string section also boasts an additional hexaphonic pickup that allows Matheny to use the guitar in conjunction with his synclavier computer system through which he could trigger sound samples. Next up, we got one of the most badass ones. This is the Zeusophone. The single Tesla coil, sometimes called a Zeusophone, Thoramin, not to be confused with Theremin, we'll get to that in a moment, or musical lightning, is a form of plasma speaker. It is a variety of solid-state Tesla coils that has been modified to produce musical tones by modulating its spark output. The resulting pitch is a low-fidelity square wave-like sound reminiscent of an analog synthesizer. The high-frequency signal acts in effect as a carrier wave. Its frequency is significantly above human audible sound frequencies so that digital modulation can reproduce a recognizable pitch. Musical tone results directly from the passage of spark through the air. Because solid-state coil drivers are limited to on-off modulation, the sound produced consists of square-like waveforms rather than sinusoidal. The term singing Tesla coil was coined by David Nunez, the coordinator of the Austin, Texas chapter of Dorkbot. While describing a musical Tesla coil presentation by Joe DePrima and Oliver Greaves during Dorkbot's 2007 SXSW event, the term was then made popular by a CNET article describing the event. They had been doing public performances with the technology since March of 2006. Shortly after that, DePrima named their performance group Arc Attack and became the first musical group to ever use this technology in live performance. That's freaking dope. I don't understand how people aren't just freaking dying. What do you mean live performance? Like what? Like lightning bolt just like strikes the shit out of like some kid in the front row or something. Next up, we got the Khaen. The Khaen is a loud mouth organ whose pipes, which are usually made of bamboo, are connected with a small, hollowed-out hardwood reservoir in which air is blown. The Khaen is the national instrument of the Laos. The Khaen music is an integral part of Lao life that provides family and social cohesion. The Khaen uses a free reed made of brass and or silver. It is related to Western free reed instruments such as the harmonium, concertina, accordion, harmonica, and bandoneon, which were developed beginning in the 18th century from the Chinese Shang, a related instrument, a specimen of which had been carried to St. Petersburg, Russia. Here's a video of Hal Walker playing the instrument, and he's going to be playing his song Low Key Gliding, which is what Playboi Carti sampled for the rap. Next up, we got the Hurdy Gurdy. The Hurdy Gurdy is a stringed instrument that produces sound by a hand-turned crank. Yeah, sounds like I'm a little bit of a hurdy-gurdy. The hurdy-gurdy is a stringed instrument that produces sound by a hand-turned crank rosined wheel rubbing against the strings. The wheel functions much like a violin bow, and single notes played on the instrument sound similar to those of a violin. Melodies are played on a keyboard that press tangents, small wedges typically made of wood or metal, against one or more of the strings to change their pitch. Like most other acoustic stringed instruments, it has a soundboard and a hollow cavity to make the vibration of the string audible. Most hurdy-gurdys have multiple drone strings that give a constant pitch accompaniment to the melody, resulting in a sound similar to that of bagpipes. For this reason, the hurdy-gurdy is often used interchangeably or along with bagpipes. It can be seen in early music settings such as medieval, Renaissance, or Baroque music. One or more of the gut strings, called trumpet, usually passes over a buzzing bridge called the sheen, that can be made to produce a distinctive percussive buzzing sound as the player turns the wheel. Alright, last up we got on the list, we have the Theremin now. Not the Thoramin, which is gangster as hell. But the Theremin is an electronic musical instrument controlled without physical contact by the performer. It is named after its inventor, Leon Theremin, who patented the device in 1928. The instrument's controlling section usually consists of two metal antennas which function not as radio antennas but rather as position sensors. Each antenna forms one half of a capacitor, with each of the thereminist's hands as the other half of the capacitor. These antennas capacitively sense the relative position of the hands and control oscillators for frequency with one hand and amplitude with the other. The electric signal from the theremin are amplified and sent to a loudspeaker. The sound of the instrument is often associated with eerie situations. The theremin has been used in movies soundtracks such as Spellbound and The Lost Weekend, The Day the Earth Stood Still, as well as the theme songs for television shows such as the ITV drama Midsummer Murders and the Disney Plus series Loki. The theremin is also used in concert music, especially avant-garde and 20th and 21st century new music. For example, Mano Divina Gianon is a popular American thereminist who, along with his orchestra, the Divine Hand Ensemble, regularly holds said concerts. It's also used in popular genres such as rock. If you enjoyed the video, thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever. It helps me out a lot, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!